Good morning, one and all. Today we'll try to discuss about the topic. First we use chapter number 16, that is digestion and absorption. In this digestion and absorption topic, we'll find the questions related to the chapter 16 questions. So we'll try to understand some of the important questions related to the examination point of view. Your first question: alimentary canal is usually longer in carnivores, herbivores, omnivores, and insectivores. So your carnivores, you know that they will be taking meat as the food. And almost the digestion is approximately 30 feet in humans. So human beings can be or carnivores based on the food habits. By virtue they are only carnivores because of presence of canine teeth is the characteristic feature for the carnivores. Next, herbivores. Herbivores don't have this canine teeth, but it has the longest alimentary canal. As you take the giraffe is the example for that. So answer can be herbivores, and we'll also see omnivores. Omnivores like bee, human being, and other sparrow, all those things. They will be having the normal alimentary canal. Insectivorous plants, insectivorous animals can be not have that much of. So your answer any longer will be only in the case of herbivores. Herbivores will be having this longest. So option A is the answer for this question. Next, coming on to the third question, heterotrophic nutrition includes. Hetero means different or different organisms forming the food. So heterotrophic means already you know that plants. Auto means self-generating food. So human beings or most of the animals cannot generate their own food. So all are heterotrophic. So in that, what are heterotrophics? Generally we see saprophytic, living on the dead and decaying matter; carnivorous, living feeding on the other animals; and parasitic, ready-made available food which is taken by the different organisms. So all these are depending on the others. So these are heterotrophic mode of, they are undergoing the heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Means heterotrophic mode of nutrition is divided into, is consisting of the saprophytes, parasitic, carnivorous, and so on. Next question, fifth question, an organism that feeds on dead organic matter other than bacteria or fungi is called, other than folivore, detrivore, consumer, decomposer. You know that decomposer means which like earthworm which is going to decompose the dead and decaying matter or bacteria. And folivore means this is a type of which depends on the other organisms as a secondary unit. Consumer means which are going to be taken. So here an organism matter other than bacteria is called Detrivore. So Detrivore is a decomposer organism itself here. So Detrivore is the answer for this question. B option is the right option. Next, coming on to the next question, sixth. Which of the following is called as a detrivore? Already we have discussed that an animal feeding on the plant organic matter or decaying organic matter. So here an animal feeding on plant, herbivore, an plant feeding on animal, that is insectivorous plants, an animal feeding on other animal, carnivorous, an animal feeding on dead and decaying matter. So your answer can be the fourth option, animal feeding on the dead and decaying matter are called detrivorous animals. So here option D can be the answer for this question. Next, feeding on dead and decaying organisms represent what type of nutrition? Holozoic, parasitic, autotrophic, and saprotrophic. Feeding on dead and decaying organisms represent what type of nutrition? Holozoic, solid food; parasitic, liquid but ready-made food; autotrophic, self-generation. Feeding on dead and decaying matter, that is called, already you know that it is saprotrophic mode of nutrition. Saprotrophic mode of nutrition. So it is saprotrophic nutrition. Next, coming on to the ninth question, animal eating own fecal matter means certain animals like rabbits are the example for this. So what is this? That type of mechanism. Frugivorous, detrivorous already know. Sangivorous means ready-made available food, taking of ready-made available food. Frugivorous means depending on the dead and live organisms like crow. Detrivorous, earthworm. Caprophagus. So when you see a rabbit fecal matter, it is having two types of fecal matter. One is almost brown in color or near to the wheat color, or generally brown, near to the brown color, and one more is color, one more is almost near to the black, near to the white or creamy color. So in these two, when you see when you see onto this, so one part, that is brown color part, it will retake as a food again, means it will take its own fecal matter once again into the body. So this type of mechanism is called as Caprophagus. So here animals eating their own fecal matter is or Caprophagus organisms. Next, the roof of a buccal cavity forms pellet, gullet, hyoid, glottis. The upper roof of the upper lip is called as pellet. Pellet is going to separate the nasal cavity with the oral cavity, and it is also going to, it is forming a hard plane like structure and upper part of the skull region or lower part of the skull region, which is the roof for the oral cavity. And you can see that gullet is the part, hyoid gullet, you can see that it is generally present in the other organisms, and it is nothing but the alimentary canal. Next, coming on to the hyoid bone. Hyoid bone is present in this portion, which is going to move the food into the lower direction, that is the esophagus and glottis. When you see, the glottis is the opening of the respiratory system, where it allows the movement of air, and it is covered by the epiglottis. We have learned in this chapter related to the epiglottis. So glottis is the opening of the respiratory tract. Here the answer for this question is pellet. Pellet is the upper covering, upper roof of the oral cavity, which is separating the nasal cavity with the oral cavity. Oral cavity. Next, 12th one. Tongue is attached to the floor of the buccal cavity by frenulum, mesentery, lingual papilla, falciform ligament. So mesentery means that is related to when an alimentary cord is taken into consideration, when it is divided into two equal parts, that is called as mesentery. Lingual papilla are concerned with the taste buds. So lingual papilla are related to the speech related papilla present on the tongue. And falciform ligament, it is going to falciform ligament is a type of ligament which is going to connect the lower roof of the tongue, but here tongue is attached to the floor of buccal cavity by the help of a specific muscle called as frenulum. So option A is the answer for this question. Next, going on to the 14th question. Saliva is secreted by pancreas, gallbladder, sublingual and submaxillary. We know that we have a three pairs of salivary glands: sublingual, submaxillary and parotid glands. So here pancreas, gallbladder, gastric glands are not the answers, and you know that the answer is only the D option, sublingual and submaxillary glands. Submaxillary glands is the answer for question. Next, ducts of Bartholin is associated with so ducts of Bartholin: parotid glands, maxillary glands, sublingual glands, and infraorbital glands are located in the cheek region. Maxillary glands are located in the maxilla. Sublingual inside the just below the tongue in the buccal cavity. So your ducts of Bartholin are also called as sublingual glands. So they are the ducts pouring the secretions from the sublingual glands into the oral cavity. So answer here is sublingual glands. Next, 16th question. Submaxillary glands of rabbit pour their secretions through. Already we have discussed that submaxillary glands, here sublingual. So the other glands names which are coming from the submaxillary glands of human beings or others also is called as Stenson duct, Wharton duct, Bartholin duct. Bartholin duct already sublingual. Nasopalatin duct from the nasal cavity to the palatine. Stenson duct is concerned with the parotid gland. So here Wharton gland is associated with the secretions of the submaxillary gland. B option. B option. Next, 17th question. Wharton duct is associated with discuss Brunner glands, mucus, parotid salivary gland, sublingual salivary gland, also called as, already we have discussed that it is Bartholin gland, and sublingual salivary gland. Wharton gland, Bartholin gland, and Wharton gland, already you know that it is submaxillary gland. So answer for this question is Wharton's gland is associated with the submaxillary salivary gland is the answer. Already, because we have learned that Wharton gland is associated with the submaxillary position. Next, parotid glands are located below eye, mouth, external acoustic meatus. Parotid gland are present just below the eye, above the tongue, and not of the mouth. They are present in the cheek region. So here answer can be from the given options. It is above the tongue, below the eyes, and it is not at the floor of the mouth, because salivary sublingual glands are present at the floor of the mouth, and external acoustic meters is the answer for this question. So next question, 28th question. Hardest part of our body is skull, brain. Hardest part of our body is skull, brain, teeth and cartilage. You know that skull is the hardest part. Brain is the very smoothest part. Cartilage is a bendable bone. And teeth is the second hardest part in the world after diamond. So here you can see that the hardest part in the human body is teeth, and the second hardest part is the second hardest of any type of metals, any type of components. Next, so your answer is teeth. Next, 21st question. Exposed part of the tooth forms root, neck, crown and dentin. So here already you know that root is the base, neck is the middle portion, crown is the end portion that is covered by enamel, and dentin is the component where this enamel, dentin is the part present inside the teeth which makes it harder. So here exposed part means outer seen part is crown region. Next, crown tooth is covered by dentin, enamel, both A and B, none of these. So when you see on to the 22nd question, crown of tooth is covered by enamel. Enamel is the outer portion which gives the color, that coloration to the. Next, the hardest substance in the vertebrate body is keratin, dentin, enamel and chondrion. So here the hardest part, dentin is the inner side part, keratin you know is the pigment which gives the coloration as well as which is present in the nails, and chondrion is a type of which is present in the chondriactis and elastic fiber or bone fiber. And you can see that dentin and enamel, in this only the answer can be the hardest substance is the enamel region. The hardest is the enamel region, which is the hardest in the vertebrate body. C option. Next question, 23rd question. 25th question. Dentin is glioblast, osteoblast, odontoblast, chondrioblast. Chondrioblast cartilage, elioblast will be producing the crown region, and osteoblast bone secretion, and odontoblast which is going to secrete the dentin. So here odontoblast is generally secrete odontoblast dentin. Dentin is secreted by odontoblast. Next, bulk of tooth in mammal is made up of root, dentin, enamel and pulp cavity. So your bulk of tooth in mammal is made up of obviously the outer portion, that is the enamel region which gives the coloration to the teeth. Next question, the pulp cavity. The pulp cavity is lined by osteoblast, amyoblast, odontoblast, and chondrioblast. Already we have discussed that the pulp cavity is secreted by odontoblast, that is the enamel. So that is also enamel is secreted by this, as well as the odontoblast also secretes the pulp cavity of the teeth. Next, 29th question. Grinding or cheek teeth are incisors, canines, premolars, both premolars and molars. So grinding and chewing is done by the molars and premolars. So we can only go with the option D, because that are called as the grinding and chewing teeth, and masticating teeth, also called as masticating teeth. Next, dental formula is given to show structure of molars, homodont condition, diphyodont condition, number of teeth, types of teeth in both jaws, structure of molars. So you can see, that is not concerned with the dental formula. Homodont means single type of teeth. Diphyodont, two types of teeth replaced in two types of during the life cycle. Diphyodont dentition, so that is permanent and temporary teeth condition. But here dental formula indicates the number of teeth in both the jaws at a particular point of time. Next, 34th question. 34th question. It is correct dental formula for child falling under age 5 to 6. Child means temporary teeth. So 2021 is the answer for the 21202, or 2102 is the answer for that. Already we have discussed. We know that. So here premolars are completely absent. So 20 teeth. 2 3 3 plus 2 5. So 20 teeth are present. So here premolars are completely absent in the small children which are up to 9 years of age. So you can go with the answer A here. Next, next 36th question. How many teeth appear twice during the lifespan of an individual? Already we have discussed that 20 teeth are replaced once again with the lifespan. So here only these are called as diphyodonts, and these come two times in the life cycle of a person. And the remaining 12 teeth are permanent teeth. They only appear after the age of 9 or 10. So, so it is answer 20. Answer is 20, because these are only replaced in the child with the new set of teeth in the later stages. The remaining 12 teeth are, that is premolars and wisdom teeth, will be only appearing once. Next, coming on to the next question, 38. Dental formula of adult man is, dental formula of adult man is, so here 2123, you know that the answer for the dental formula of that is 2 1 2 comma 1 comma 2 comma 3 by 2 comma 1 comma 2 comma 3 will be the answer for this question. So here you can see that the adult man dental formula can be, adult man dental formula can be, so here 2 comma 1 comma 2 comma 3 by 2 comma 1 comma 2 comma 3. You can see that there is a gap between these, so this can be the answer. But here you can see that here 4 is there, so it is wrong. And here 2 2 only, so wrong. 3 2 only, so wrong. Here only this is the right answer. A is the right answer for this question. Next question. wisdom teeth in humans is, so here third molar in the fourth in number, third molar and second in number, uh, second molar in and fourth in number, second molar in two in number. So generally, when you want to understand the dental formula, ICPM, incisors, canines, premolars, molars. So this is, if we take, this is the first position, this is the second position, this is the third position, this is the fourth position. So here fourth in number. And molars, so the last teeth that appears on the end of the jaw is third in the dental formula, last three one. So answer from the given third molar and fourth in number. So this can be the A, can be the answer for this question. Next, coming on to the next question, 41st question. The total number of canines in the permanent dental set of humans is, canines means C is 2 1, means 1 on the upper jaw on one side, one on the upper jaw on the next side, and one on the lower jaw on the off part, and one on the other. So 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. So here there are 4 teeth present, canines are present in the body of a humans. Next question. Fifty-first question. Tusk of an elephant is easily enlarged. Upper canine, upper incisor, lower canine. So already you know that elephants are herbivorous animals, so they don't have canines. So your option canine will be ruled out. So they can be lower in incisors or upper incisors, but the tusk will forming out from the upper side, so it is not lower canine, it is only the upper canine. So B option is the right option. Next question, 53rd question. A dental disease characterized by mottling of teeth is due to the presence of certain chemical element in drinking water. Which is that? Already you know that boron, chlorine, mercury. Chlorine is not that much harmful because it is used as a water in a treating the, and mercury is very poisonous and it is not present in the elemental form. So the cannot be the answer. Boron is also present, but this is not present, and uh, we know that fluorine is the component present in the body where in chicory we have more amount of fluorine. So option C is the answer for this question. Option C is the answer for this 53rd question. Fluorine is going to degrade the composition in the body. Next, coming on to the gut. Next, 55th question. The structure that prevents the entry of food into trachea during deglutition, that is swallowing in mammals, is, already we know that pellet, upper part, larynx, sound box, pharynx. Pharynx is the open portion where the oral cavity is going to connect the nasal cavity, the trachea as well as the esophagus. So here epiglottis is the organ which is a flap-like structure which is going to prevent the entry of food into the respiratory tract and makes the food to move into the esophagus. So epiglottis is the to prevent the entry of food into trachea during deglutition process. Next, coming on to the next question, 57 question. Animal with the longest esophagus. So camel, short body, a short neck region. So here camel cannot be the answer. Camel cannot be llama. It is just like a sheep. It is also having the smallest neck region. So llama cannot be the answer. Here camel cannot be the answer. Llama cannot be answer. It is also just looking like almost like a camel, so it is also not having that. Only giraffe is the biggest animal with the biggest neck, with 8 number of bones present in that, sorry, 7 number of bones. So giraffe is having the longest neck, so it is, will be having the longest esophagus in the human body, in the animal world, and it is herbivorous in nature. Next, coming on to the next question, cardiac splinter protects the backflow of blood into heart, bile into liver, blood to aorta, food into esophagus. Cardiac splinter is also called as gastroesophageal splinter, and it is going to prevent the entry of food into the esophagus. Next, coming on to the 62nd question. The mucosal layer in the stomach form irregular folds. Rouage. So the muscular layer in the stomach from irregular folds is known as rouage. So villi, you know, that is the stomach which increases. Lumen is the empty space. Lacteals are present in the villi which absorbs the food material. Crypts of tuberculin are lining the villi. So here rouages means the folds. So answer is rouage. So the remaining questions we'll see tomorrow. Thank you for the day.